Welcome back. Your taste buds are about to dive into the delicious depths of Mexico without even leaving South Florida. Here is Chef Santiago Gomez of Cantina Veinte. All right, Chef Santiago Gomez, good to see you, my man.
Good to see you too, Dave.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Believe me, our pleasure. Absolutely. We're excited about what you brought. We're excited to talk with you. All right, so tell us a little bit about you. When did you first know you wanted to be a chef?
Well, maybe 10 years ago, I started working as a delivery man for a seafood company. And I started going to kitchens, looking what was happening on the back of the kitchen of the restaurant. So I started feeling a little bit of passion for that. And then I went to study culinary arts in Mexico City.
And I know that you and I were talking a few minutes ago, and you feel it's very important to have a real, authentic Mexican food presence here in South Florida, because there is not a lot of that, right?
Yes, as a Mexican chef and as a Mexican, we want to represent our kitchen and make it the better way we can do it, and having a nice restaurant with this good kitchen, good presentation, so people can live the Mexican Tex-Mex food that they know. We want to show them the real Mexican food. We use Mexican corn, non-GM, so all our chiles come from Mexico, so we want to share with Miami all our Mexican dishes.
So you're the executive chef at Cantina Veinte.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about these dishes, but a little more about you. So, okay, so now we know your background. So as a chef, what inspires you personally? What influences you personally when you get set to cook a meal?
Well, there are a lot of things that inspire me. I can get inspired by books, chefs, restaurants, old recipes from my grandma, my mother. Also, the way you feel is an inspiration. If you feel happy, you'll do great things. No, when you're mad, it's really difficult to create something. No, you have to feel it. You have to feel happy. No.
That's so interesting. All right, so because I'm thinking now of people ask that same question as songwriters. You know, what inspired you to write a song? So is it the same thing for you? So you're walking around, you're happy, you're in a good mood, and then what happens? Do you think, oh, that combination of ingredients would taste well? Like, you talk me through that process of the creative genius.
Yeah, you start taking ideas from many things. So sometimes you remember, oh, the other week I made this dish, but the sauce that I made the other month can go great with this. And you start combining and trying to make something fix and really make a really good dish.
That's so cool. And then did you ever try something and you're so excited about it and then you taste it and you go, oh, that was a bad idea?
A lot of times, a lot of times. I think there are more times I don't like my dishes than the ones I like. No, it's not as easy, no? Maybe
Right.
you can make good dishes, but you want to make a really, really good flavor, a really good dish so people can come back and go for that dish.
All right, so Cantina Veinte, executive chef there. Tell us about the restaurant.
The restaurant, it's a Mexican restaurant, high-end Mexican restaurant. We have a lot of, well, the owner is Mexican, the manager is Mexican, the chef is Mexican, so you'll really feel in a Mexican place, but we try to make a really big restaurant, upscale. When you come into the restaurant, you really feel you got this big bar, we've got the most extensive tequila and mezcal bottles. You have the art crafts from different states from Mexico, so you can feel and have the feeling that you're in a Mexican restaurant.
And you're in a great location, right?
Great location. We're at the Icon Tower at the Aizer Hotel. So we have a really...
In Brickell.
In Brickell,
Yep.
downtown Brickell.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 different floors, upstairs and downstairs, so you can have a view to the water. That's great in Miami.
Beautiful, beautiful. And while you're there, just bring your stretchy pants because you're going to have to eat at least 4 dishes. These are all on the menu.
All are on the menu.
So tell me what deliciousness we have in front of us here.
Well, this is a soft shell crab taco. As a Mexicans, we love tacos, so we had to make our own version of taco with a jalapeno sauce, a little bit spicy, but it's really good.
Okay, and what's this?
Then we have the gorditas that are masa, corn masa, filled with pork skin, sour cream, onion, cilantro, a little bit of queso fresco. That's a really typical dish from Mexico. That dish, you can have it in all the streets in Mexico, but we try to give it in another level and just a better presentation and keep the flavor.
So that's interesting. Okay, so this is a dish, like you said, that it's pretty common in Mexico, but how do you take a common dish and what do you particularly do, Chef Santiago, to make it more delicious?
Well, we try to keep on with the recipe because that's the flavor, but we use different techniques to make it better and have good ingredients and give a good presentation. That's
okay.
Food comes by the eyes. When you see a nice food with a good presentation, you want to eat it as fast as you can.
See, I used to feel that way. Now I just look for food with good personality. That would be a good mother to my kids. Just kidding. So I'm feeling like some fish. I feel like I'd like to eat some fish.
Some fish. This is a sea bass, Chilean sea bass, Veracruzana style. Veracruz is a style. It's a state from Mexico that we have a lot of fish. So this sauce is made with tomato, capers, olives, jalapeno pepper. Really, really flavor. It's cooked in a banana leaf, wrapped in a banana leaf, and it's really, really good.
And after you've eaten that health food, you'd like to maybe indulge your sweet tooth a little bit with some delicious dessert.
Some
there.
churros. Churros are something really traditional from Mexico. You can find it in every place you go in Mexico. We like to dip them in cajeta. That it's our dulce de leche that you know over here, and it's really good. It has sugar. It has cinnamon, and they're really tasty.
Well, let's stay on the sweet tooth for a moment because I understand that you've got big plans in the future. There might be an ice cream shop in your near future, huh?
Yes, my wife and I and some friends, we're gonna open an ice cream shop. It's gonna be a creative ice cream shop. We want something different, something unique. So get ready. Maybe in a couple of months we'll be in Whitwood making some really nice and cool ice creams.
Give me one flavor that you're already working on.
We have we have more than 25, but I can tell you about corn and caramel. That's a really nice one. We have chocolate with quinoa.
Chocolate with quinoa?
Yes, roasted quinoa.
Ooh, all right. Well, when that opens, we'll bring a crew.
We'll hope at the end of this year, hopefully.
Well, good. All right, so as we say goodbye, the restaurant is Cantina La Veinte, and is there a website or a phone number? How can people make reservations? What do they do?
They can make reservations at www.cantinalavente.com.
Okay, cantinalavente.com. Easy enough.
Really easy.
Chef Santiago Gomez, good to see you, man.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you much for inviting me.
It's our pleasure.